As always, the first few minutes figuring that out, so we get off to a good start. And it seems like we got our magnetic engines up and running, and that is kind of where we go from as the offset. So let's go ahead. We could go towards our super magnetic rings as they are needed for our next belts. And yeah, might as well get up and running so we can really increase the productivity. So let's set up a bit of production for this. If I remember correctly, we already have magnetic rings being produced. They are filling up pretty nicely. Of course, we can always increase this, but so far it's looking pretty good. Let's get a second tower. Let's get you up where we need to be. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you'll start about there as our current starting point. Is everything going on correct? It is. Yes. So let's see here. Ooh, let's remember to skip these. Flying them back, it's perfect. And let's see how many magnetic, super magnetic rings do we need. 3 seconds, 3 items in. The super magnetic ring requires magnetic coil, magnetic ring, and graphite. Let's limit this a small amount as always to not completely drain our system. There's no reason to do that while we are getting this up and running. So far, getting it going is the main thing. Luckily, that is somewhat decent to do with our current setup. So we want 3 items in. 1, 2, 3. That means we start about here. Skipping the outside one, so you'll go something like this. That should serve us very well going forwards. Adding in one of you right here on the line and changing you into super magnetic coil so we can get this done. Yeah, 3 items in. We need magnetic rings on the inside, mean that when we get the best belts we can support about 30 of these in one row. So we'll go for that right now. As soon as these are done, we will get our things up and running. Output wise, we can easily do 2. So we can easily have 2 outputting like this, as the output is only 1 every 3 seconds. Let's try and keep that as our current goal. There we are. You're going out. Can't see which way you're going. So let's just quickly solve you. There we are. Hey, welcome back, Tap Dancing Ninja. I'm glad you enjoy my playstyle. I'm enjoying it, just nice and relaxing, explaining as we go. It's trying to show my thought process, as I think that is a good way to do it, and not just build completely crazy without having an eye for things like that. So let's see. Probably need to get new items soon. 1 every 3 seconds is good enough. 2 and 3. They should supply more than fast enough. So now we can pretty much expand this down as many times as needed. We'll probably set up quite a bit now, just so we have it. In theory, we can support 12 at this current stage, so we might do something like that. As that'll probably be a pretty decent place to start. That seems good. New copy function. Ooh, we need some sorters. We'll probably just request that in. Luckily, we can just get it from the home world. Let's just do this. Can you give me, let's just get 200. There we are. Gotta love that we have a centralized hub that can deliver items to us anywhere in the universe. That is so good when we have to build things so I don't have to wait. That is something I don't want to do. And most definitely not handcraft things either. So while they get in, let's hook up what we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this way, we'll only be able to hook up one of these. So we might have to change this around a bit. So instead of having 3 here, we'll do 2 in the middle. And the reason for that is then we can kind of split the inputs. For example, just the middle one or the first one, as that requires less. And that way we can fit in 2 of these into one grid. What if we do something like this then? There we are. So in here in the middle, we should probably have... We can't do the high volume one. We can probably do graphite here and have the other 2 on the outside, as they are a high volume, and the graphite one we can shift between 2 of these. So if we get you right here, then I want to solve our little thing like that. Let's see, that goes out. That means I can get you to go out to here, take you in, out, out, take you out there. Okay, let's just remove these just to be sure we do this correctly the first time. Okay, so the easiest way to do it: output, input, input. Okay, why can't I figure this out? Why am I such an idiot once in a while? Should be quite simple. Out. And then you can do you in, and you out. That should line it up correctly to have what we need. Then we have double inputs here, and then we'll do 6 lines instead of what's it called? Instead of 7, and that means we can much easier hook it up to how many we need and pretty much double it on this side, doing 2 new in, hooking up this one, giving it 1 out. Lack of items, we're just gonna get some. Let's get you. Did I ever bring in any belts? I can't remember if we did. We'll probably just do a hub one. There we are. Give me you 400. And then we'll just do you. You. By the way, Tap Dancing Ninja, are you playing Dyson Sphere as well? Or are you more of a Factorio player? I know that is my biggest fan base in the building game department. Let's see, that should work in terms of how big it needs to be. You never tried Factorio. Pretty good game as well. If you enjoy Dyson Sphere program, I can highly recommend it. So 3, 6. Let's get you lined up. 1, 2, 3. What if we just do 1, 2, 4, 6? What if we do that, that, and we then get you in to here? Oh, very nice. Not a bad game. It is. Dice for Programming is a very good game as well. heavily inspired by Factorio, as the mod developers, or not the mod, but the game developers also say. So a lot of the same things as in Dyson's Sphere you'll find in Factorio, just in 2D instead of 3D. And you will go there, here, and that way. That should supply what we need. The belts over here will be the same. In, out. Here. What? Did I miscount something? 246, 246. Oh, I missed this one, that's why. I was like, it should be right this way. There we are. And take a view from here. So how's your base coming along? Yeah, you are correct. The learning curve can be quite daunting. Especially if you haven't played any kind of building game before. Luckily, I have played Factorio for many years, so that gave me a pretty good idea of how to get the basics down. So how you'll get, what's it called? The main resources set up in a nice way that is easily expandable. I like to think it in modular ways. So when you build it once, you don't have to worry about it anymore. And you can easily connect new things up to it. That's a good mindset to have in terms of that. Let's get the rest of you hooked up as well. You can just go there and there. That should be all the belts sorted, pretty much. Yeah, let's just get you there. And you there. Good, so now this should be able to work. How far have you gotten, by the way? Tap Dancing Ninja? Let's take you for that. The ratios of the materials is not too bad. Because the easiest way to see it is just look at how many seconds it takes to craft. I normally just go for a 1 second craft as the ratio at the start. And not worry about the crafting speed being 0.75 and stuff like that. Because it makes it a lot easier to plan around. But yeah, you don't have to worry too much about ratios in the beginning. Just to get going. When you get to the MEGABASE stage, you'll have to worry a bit more about it. But until then, it's not too bad. That's the graphite. That's an input. On the inside, we then here want magnetic rings. And other on the outside, so magnetic rings and engines. Let's expand you down just a few times to test. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 10 for now. Just to get things. Ah, very nice. But that is the good thing about these games as well. You don't have to rush it. Normally I take it slow and steady as well. I think that goes for a more enjoyable experience. At least in my experience, that is. That's why I'm also not a speedrunner. I don't like to speedrun things. It feels like it stressed me out after a long day at work. I just want to chill, set up some machines and watch things go. That is kind of what I want to do. And building games are quite nice for that. FPS games for me is too high octane. Slow and steady is always the way to go. So that works pretty decent. Let's get in the second row. Another 10. That means we have 20 producing. We probably don't have enough to supply just yet, but as we expand out our base, that looks pretty good. Complete box builds. I do enjoy that to some degree as well. This is very good if you need to do mass production, have a good way of transporting it around. But in Factorio at the moment, I'm doing pretty complex box builds where all the basic materials are sent in and everything is crafted on site. But that's mostly because we have blueprints and it's easy to expand it out afterwards. Because doing complete box builds, is a bit more complicated at setting up, and if you don't have blueprints, you're much copy pasting things around. They take a bit longer to set up as well. That's something you have to factor in as well to make the base as efficient as possible. Take you stop there for now. There. So let's get the items in. Let's see if we can't do something cool. What happens if we do that? Okay, that's fine. So demands. Let's get everything. In case we don't have it here, I want it for somewhere else. New supply to the world. And do I just want you to fill up to 10,000? Yeah. That should be fine. That's the first thing. Oh, we probably need to set in drones in both of these. Power-wise. Will you power the station then? I will. And there. And there. So let's just check. We might not have enough producing the magnets at the moment because they are pretty much being consumed by here. So we need to increase the production quite a bit. Luckily, that is very easy to do because the setup is quite simple. This one down will do about 30 when we have the better belts, but right now we're just doing this one. We'll just set up a few more rows. You can go to there. You can do pretty much just want the iron ore out this way to go down. Flip you around. Wait, not flip you around. Let's do that to pick it up. And another one going in. There we are. So let's double our production and get it going. Flip, flip. Yeah. And let's just get you sorted. So the goal for this is to build the biggest galaxy ever. Getting on the Milky Way galaxy map. I think that could be quite cool. So that is the goal. Yeah, let's tap to increase you. There we are. That should be fine. Probably upgrade the belts a bit. Don't know why we're using slower ones. Might have to get this into a better station. There we are. Good. And now we can actually make it even longer. I think I heard something about in the new May update here. They had better smelters to be able to use. I don't think I've seen the research for it yet though. But I'm quite sure I read something about it. There's also some accelerant down here that'll be added in at some point. Yeah, they added this one in. Look, plain smelter. So at least they'll increase the speed so they move twice as fast. That is something new that came in with the May updates. That's going to be very good to get. Because right now they're not the biggest and they take up quite a bit of room as we continue forward. Let's just get you expanded down to get even more. There we are. But stackable smelters, I don't think they will. Oh, well, you never know, because then you can make things too compact maybe, in terms of wanting to expand out into the galaxy. But we'll see what they decide on in the future. Okay, so that flows in. Let's get the rest of you hooked in. Start you instead. There we are. That should give us a lot of magnetic magnet rings, so we can actually get things produced. There we are. You are correct. But science is also slower, that's probably why, even stacking these, since the crafting speed is not that good. If you get beacons or something like that, that can increase this, well, not even, the belts are not fast enough to support that high of a stacking as it stands right now. Because then you'll, instead of having these nice long rows, you'll probably just have one stacked very high, and that would look kind of strange. But they might do it. We'll see. There goes all the rings out. Otherwise, we are still holding strong. All of our solar is going very good. And we are getting in a ton of you. Are you delivering it everywhere it's needed? Yes. And all the way to the end as well. Yes, good. The drones are working. We are getting super magnetic rings. So we should probably go back to our base, or our home world, and set up a few things. I want you to get some power though. Let's just do it here. Good. That is fine. You can fill up. Ooh. And this is too much. 300 megawatts is too much. So should we take a quick trip back home? Is that what we need to do? Science-wise, we have a lot going for us as it stands right now. Have we done all the science we can do with yellow? We get more of that. Drive engine. I want to get the drive engine first so we can actually move around a bit easier. Solar sails will be good. Rated emissions will also be good when we finally start to do that. Let's just get it researched, since our base should easily be able to handle it back home. Speed, capacity, that'd also be quite good right there. Yeah, I have that in some games as well. But it's nice just watching people and chatting with them. So I think that's pretty good. So let's see, we have to go back to Bellatrix 3. And how's our power? Ooh, let's remember to pick up some graphites before we run out. And we have some right here on our factory world. Just give me, that should be fine. Let's see, should we expand anything else out while we're here? No, I think we have a throughput that is great enough. Otherwise, it's also looking fine. Close to fine at least. But let's get back and see. Oh wait, so we have some power charging right here. So we just got you. that'll give us Mark III belts, and that is the main reason why I'm going back to actually get that running. Then we can probably set up a lot of the other things as well. Maybe back at the home world, since we have all of the advanced things here now. Yep. Please go this way. It's nice and quiet here in space. Going through all of our little drones, flying things back and forth. You run out of energy in space. If you just stand still, you'll slowly recharge, very, very slowly. But if you get too far away, it can take quite a while to get back. So I recommend don't run out of what's it called, fuel in space, as it makes your life a bit more annoying. But it's not the end of the world if it happens. Come on. Yep. Hey Frosty, welcome to the stream as well. Just catching up with all of our things flying back and forth, that is very good. So, oh, we landed right at the mall, perfect. Oh, it's already been crafted, very, very nice. So, what are the things? Everything's going very well, Frosty, so I can't really complain. One of the things we really need to go and get is pretty much graphene. We have it being made, but we have it being made in the annoying way. But luckily, we can also do it with fire ice. The alternate recipe we have, where is it at? Right here. Fire ice we can luckily get either in another solar system or right here. That'll produce fire ice for us, but to do that we just need to hook up the gas giants. Let's see here, gas giant, getting this research so we can actually mine some fire ice might actually be a good thing to do. Actually just skip these, I want that instead. And hey, Sky Blue Buddha. No, there's no way to actually die at this current age, I think. Or this current point. There's no enemies yet. Hopefully they'll add some in the future. I think that could be quite cool. By the way, let's stop. Let's clear you and you. Because I'd rather choose for production here, as we have it being made in other planets now. That way they can just request it in from there. Gears. And you're already full, so that's fine. But here's our little science base going at the moment, producing for us. With something being the bottleneck. Oh, it's just how many we have of these. Let's solve that. Actually, no reason for that to be lacking. Let's go get some glass, set up more yellow things to get going. And move it into our area here. But they've been pretty busy, but I decided to jump on a bit of stream to chill out with you guys. That is always something that relaxes me, so I kind of wanted to get some of that done. But a ton of things to do at work, so that's always nice. Makes the day go by quite quickly, but also quite hectic. Let's see. Oh, we can make it higher now. Perfect. Let's just get that going. Hopefully we have enough to keep this going. Probably need to upgrade this a small amount. but we can easily do that. How are you, Sky Blue Buddha? You've had a good day, I hope. And let's add in some more view. Let's do that all the way back. Let's get a few more view. Oh, very nice. Congrats on that. That means you're gonna get... do your country have something like a Corona Pass as well? How far are you on that rollout? Because in Denmark, after you get your first shot, then you have to wait... what's it called? Get it back and forth. Yeah, when you get the first vaccine shot in Denmark, then about 14 days later you get your pass, and then you can go out without having to get checked all the time, which is very, very nice. Doesn't YouTube chat work? It should be. Just give me a second to check. Might just be that nobody on YouTube is chatting at the moment. That could also be the case. Let's just quickly check here. Give me a second.